live here. We're live there. We're live here. We're live everywhere. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Roman Share, your number one online resource. Number one online resource for buying properties with this week's update, the Buy, Invest, Sell update, a broker's formula for real estate success. I'm pleased to bring you the information I have today. It's February 6th, 2026. Today's topics, we're going to go over what's going on in California, the market pulse as put out by California Association of Realtors. We'll take a look at what the prices have been doing. We got a national price check, and of course, I'm going to look locally as I always do. And then I'm going to tie it together today with today's mortgage rates and what mortgages have been doing. Please, guys, remember, if you like this video, share it on social media. Just tap the share button, share it with your friends and family. Greatly appreciated. Our views are getting up there for such a little local info session that I give here. Our shorts are gotten over 1,500 views on a regular basis. I'm very excited to bring you this information. Remember, to anyone watching on Instagram, head over to Facebook or YouTube after this to see the links to the slides and the data that I provide. This is all raw data coming out from the economic sources that we use as realtors and as investors. This is not I don't use opinion except for where it is warranted, and I let you know that it's just my opinion. Now, I bought hundreds of properties at this point nationwide between California and Florida. I put together an ebook on the best tips and tricks on how the institutional buyers purchase and save tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'd be glad to provide this book for you free of charge. Hit me up, DM me, email me, text me, whatever you want. Let me know that you want it. I'd be glad to send it to you. No obligation. Just glad to get the information out there. All right, current projects. We just put a property on the market in Jacksonville. We took a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We turned it into a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. Really cute cookie cutter home. This one we decided to sell because it's just outside of the pocket that I like to deal with. And actually, I have too many homes in this particular zip code. So just for diversification purposes, it's okay. We'll keep the money coming in, keeping the doors open. Great property. It's listed for $249,000. Rents for about $2,000. So if you're interested, definitely hit us up. We are now in contract to buy another one on the other side of Jacksonville. Also a 4-bedroom. We might even turn this one into 5. It's got 2 beautiful big Florida rooms. Florida room is an enclosed patio. They call it a Florida room. This one sits on nearly an acre of land. So I'm taking a look to see if I can maybe subdivide the lot. We'll see. I'll let you know. And of course, here in LA, we have 2 leases that we just finished up. Awesome. Glad to help our clients with leases as well. If you have a property that you're looking to lease or have a property that you want rented, hit us up. We not only work with long-term leases, 1 year or more, but we also do midterm leases. We don't prefer short-term leases. You need a special permit for that, but we can help you regardless of what you're looking at. All right. Let's take a look and jump right into our content today. Two days ago, put out a information on where we are. They call it a market minute. Market minute write-up, okay? And it's a brief summary of exactly what's going on in the real estate market as it pertains to here in the state of California as well as nationwide. So mortgage rates, let's talk about that for a second. They've been going sideways ever since the last Fed drop. They've been going sideways. The 30-year is hovering around the mid-6s. Last week, the Fed decided to keep rates unchanged. This was very expected in the market, so really not much happened to mortgages as that occurred. They're weighing potential cuts later in 2026. Our president also just suggested and nominated a new Fed chair for when Powell steps down. We're going to see what happens there. As far as California Association of Realtors here locally or county information, let's take a look at what's happening here. California in LA and LA County both show lower median prices versus November. Okay, right now we have data up to December January just finished. They will start tabulating that information. We show lower prices while sales jumped a little bit more. We saw more people entering the market as these rates fell. And so we'll talk about exactly where those numbers are in just a moment. As far as nationally, we show home prices have actually risen nationwide. Okay, and I'll talk about how much. But U.S. home prices tick higher. So our prices continue to go up, man. For years, I've been hearing how the prices are going to crash, this and that. It's not happened, regardless of all of these crazy predictions from all over the place. All right, let's take a look at what our numbers look like and what our pricing looks like here locally. California median price was $850,680 in December. That's down just 0.4% versus November, and down 1.2% statewide. Our prices went down 1.2% year over year. Okay, so we did see some declining in price finally, first time, but we're talking about 1%. So if you're looking at a median price of $850,000, you lost $8,000 in value. It's not good to go down ever, but of course, in comparison to what our appreciation numbers have looked like in the past, still an excellent investment and actually a really good time to buy. That's how a lot of our buyers are looking at it is, hey, right now we have a slowdown in the number of buyers that are out there. People are waiting still on the sidelines for rates. Not a great idea. We're getting amazing rate buy downs right now. In fact, we're right now negotiating. Just yesterday, we were negotiating for a new home for our clients. This buy down that we negotiated gave them 2.5% in the first year, 3.5% interest in the third year, and in the second year, and third year and going forward, 4.5% rates. Where do you find right now 4.5% interest rates? You can't even get them. Mortgage lenders are not offering them. But new home builders, if you know how to buy right and how to negotiate, we're having the builder pay for this to give you a 30-year fixed mortgage today at 4.5%. That's what we're doing. Hit me up if you're interested in taking a look. All right, LA Metro. Our median prices here are $807,000. We're down 1.9% since November and only down 1 percentage point year over year. LA Metro lost 1% of value year over year. This is minuscule in comparison to what some other markets throughout the country are seeing. Some markets have gone down 15% year over year. And in terms of sales ticked up. As soon as the rates came down in LA County, we saw a 20% increase in sales. Now, still, this is 20% off of a very low number. In comparison, November was very slow, but it's still up a little bit less than 1% year over year in terms of sales. Nationally, we saw prices go up 0.6% month over month, and prices nationally go up 1.9%, about 2% year over year. Where are these crashes that people have been predicting for so many years? We're not seeing them at all, and that's not what's playing out in this market. Prices are going up. Monthly price changes range from flat in the Middle Atlantic to 1.1% jump in East-South Central Division, okay? So this is just in 1 month, okay? And in the East-North Central states, we saw a 5% gain year over year. They went up 5% in value in the East-North Central states, okay? We're seeing significant price increases in some areas. All right, let's take a look at where we are in terms of the Fed. The rates, as I mentioned, the Fed kept its policy rate at 3.5 to 3.75% after multiple 2025 cuts. C.A.R notes the mortgage rates. California Association of Realtors is mentioning, and this is true, California is particularly sensitive to rates and sensitive to inflation and rate cut expectations. So we saw a little bit of a slowdown here in January after an increase once the Fed cut rates in in December, and we're looking to see similar activity this year as multiple rate cuts are predicted. LA pricing softened month to month in December, while sales rose sharply, as I mentioned. This is because two things. Number one, motivated sellers are getting more realistic. So those sellers are capitulating to buyers' demands. Okay, and also buyers are pressing for more credit, more terms, and negotiating terms as opposed to price, which the sellers are working with them on. So there's not only price, there's also terms, and oftentimes with terms, we can get a lot more than price with some of our sellers, okay? All right, so what advice would I have for the people out there right now looking? Number one is negotiate. Okay, as a buyer, right now is a perfect time to negotiate. We're getting amazing price drops. We're getting amazing terms for our clients. And most importantly, people are very rate conscious. How about we negotiate a rate buy down for you so you have a better payment for the first 2-3 years? And who knows, maybe you're looking for a new home. I can get you a 4.5% rate going forward from year 3 to 30. How do you like that? And even lower in the first 2 years. That's what we are right now doing for our clients. Sellers, for sellers, I would recommend be very cognizant about your pricing. Okay, people are very price sensitive, but more importantly, people are payment sensitive. So if we can negotiate and also work with our lenders to provide that buy down so that we know exactly what those people's payments will be for the first year or two, and then help them estimate and understand their costs going into it. That's how to properly position your listing today. Okay, if you're thinking about selling, definitely talk to us. Allow us to negotiate to get that listing for you, and compete to show you what we can do versus what other agents are doing. A lot of properties are sitting right now because the agents are just putting it on the MLS and they're just waiting, thinking that they made a nice presentation. That's it. That's not how to sell in today's market. Not at all. Let us show you how we sell. All right, let's take a look at mortgages. Mortgage rates have been going sideways, okay? When I did my last update, the 30-year fix was 6.07%. It's gone up to 6.15%. It actually came down a little bit, so it was even higher than that. Went up as high as 6.2 within the last month. The 15-year fix was 5.6. It's now 5.72, up 12 basis points. The 30-year jumbo was 6.35%. It's actually a little bit lower today at 6.33%. FHA was 5.75. It is now the same, and the VA was also at 5.77. They were both around the same. All right. Our quote of the week was it's actually a Chinese proverb, and the proverb goes as such: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Okay. In real estate, waiting for perfect rates or perfect prices, you're going to miss the boat a lot of the time. You're never going to perfectly time the market, both real estate, stock market, any type of market, any type of asset classes. I had people coming to me and say, hey, silver is at 100. We got to buy right now. It's going to go up higher. If you think it's a good investment, then just invest right now based on the $100 price. Forget about where it's going to go. As you know, right now, silver has dropped into the 70s. It may be a good buying time now. The point is that you're never going to find perfect rates, perfect prices, and trying to wait that out, it's a very expensive strategy. Winners are the ones that act when the math works and the opportunity is real. If you got a good opportunity right now, the math and the numbers work for you, then go in now and then hold long term. That has shown to be the winning formula in real estate and with stock, well, in most asset classes. Buy and hold. So in closing, California data shows that sales activity is picking up in LA. Okay. If you're interested in getting involved, prep your financing, negotiate your credits, move decisively on the right home. If it's the right home, if it meets all your check boxes, negotiate. Today you get more negotiating power than you have in the last 3-4 years. Okay. And if you know anyone who's looking, if you could share our information, those that are house hunting or thinking about selling, I'd be glad to send them our free guide, talk to them a little bit about what we're doing and the way that we're negotiating and winning out where other people are losing, and how we're getting top dollars still for our sellers. Definitely reach out. I would appreciate it. Appreciate you spending the time with us today. This is Roman Shershire, your #1 online resource for buying property. Over and out. Have a great weekend.